After 2 years of shared dreams, late-night confessions, and what I thought was unbreakable love, Emily shattered my world with a single, calculated request. Can we just be friends? Her voice was steady, laced with a hint of rehearsed sympathy, but her eyes betrayed a flicker of entitlement, as if she'd already mapped out how this would benefit her. I stood there in our living room, the one I'd furnished with thrift store finds and IKEA hacks, feeling my chest tighten like a vice. I'm a software developer in Seattle, pulling in about $110,000 a year at a mid-tier tech firm. It's not Silicon Valley riches, but it's stable. I own a modest one-bedroom condo in Capitol Hill that I bought 3 years ago for $320,000. Back when the market wasn't as insane. My car's a reliable 2020 Subaru Outback, paid off, and I've got $58,000 socked away in savings. I'm the guy who budgets meticulously, tracks expenses in a spreadsheet, and prefers hiking Rainier on weekends over blowing cash at trendy bars. Boring? Maybe. Responsible? Absolutely. My parents drilled financial sense into me growing up in a middle-class suburb of Portland, and it's paid off. Emily, on the other hand, was 28 and a freelance graphic designer, scraping by on maybe $35,000 a year from sporadic gigs, but she lived like she was on the cusp of stardom. Her Instagram, boasting 3,100 followers, was a masterpiece of illusion knockoff designer bags from AliExpress posed against my minimalist kitchen counters. Captions about manifesting abundance and boss babe vibes. She'd edit photos for hours, filtering out the reality of her cluttered desk, which was really my coffee table, to project this glamorous, independent life. We met at a mutual friend's art gallery opening downtown, where her vibrant laugh and bold opinions on minimalist design drew me in. For the first few months, it was magic. Weekend trips to the Olympic Peninsula, cozy dinners I cooked, her sketching logos while I coded. She seemed driven, talking endlessly about launching her own branding agency. I fell hard, ignoring the early signs like how she'd forget her wallet on dates or get teary-eyed when I suggested splitting a bill. Things shifted around the 8-month mark. Her lease was up, and she complained non-stop about her noisy roommates in that overpriced Belltown studio. It's killing my creativity, she'd say, batting her eyes. Like a fool in love, I offered her a spot in my condo temporarily. She moved in, agreeing to chip in $600 a month toward the $2,800 rent and utilities. I covered the rest, the mortgage, internet, groceries, even her streaming subscriptions, because she swore it was an investment in us. Once my agency takes off, I'll pay you back tenfold, she'd promise, sealing it with a kiss that made my doubts melt away. But the red flags piled up. She'd order $120 worth of organic produce via DoorDash on my card, claiming it was for our wellness. If I pushed back, tears would flow. I thought you believed in me. Don't you want me to thrive? I'd feel guilty, like I was the villain for wanting balance. Her posts started featuring MySpace as hers, my serene workspace fueling big dreams, carefully cropping out my stuff. It stung, but love blinded me. The breaking point hit on a rainy Thursday in October. I came home from a grueling day debugging code, expecting our routine, me cooking pasta, her scrolling TikTok. Instead, she was perched on the couch like a CEO, makeup flawless, a notebook open on her lap. "We need to talk," she said, her tone clinical, as if this were a performance review. My stomach dropped. Just weeks earlier, she'd been pinning wedding venues on Pinterest, hinting at rings during jewelry ads. Now, reading from her notes like a script, she said, "I've been reflecting on us. I care deeply, but I need space to grow independently. We're at different places. I want to explore my options, find who I am outside a relationship." The words landed like punches, each one twisting the knife of betrayal. "But," she added, brightening, "we have such a strong foundation. Let's evolve into friends. We share friends, interests, and this apartment is perfect for both of us. It'd be practical to keep sharing the lease while I figure things out." Practical. My mind reeled. She wanted to dump me, but keep the perks, my home as her safety net, my stability funding her exploration. I spotted her packed bags by the door, her keys on the counter. You've already planned your exit, I said, voice flat to hide the hurt raging inside. She nodded casually. Sarah offered her couch short-term, but I could still pay my $600 and crash here sometimes, like for events or if things get hectic. We're adults. We can handle a mature arrangement. The audacity floored me. She envisioned me as a platonic landlord, subsidizing her while she dated others. My heart ached with humiliation, but I forced a smile. Sure, let's be friends. Relief washed over her face. She hugged me tightly. I knew you'd understand. This proves how amazing you are. She grabbed her bags, chattering about our mature transition, as Sarah pulled up outside. The door clicked shut, leaving silence that echoed my shattered illusions. I called Jake, my college buddy, and a no-nonsense carpenter who builds custom furniture for a living. He's the guy with zero filter, always dropping truth bombs that cut through my 20 minutes later, he arrived with craft beers and takeout pho. Let me get this straight, he said, unpacking on the coffee table where Emily's notebooks still lay. She breaks up, moves out, but wants to keep using your pad like a timeshare for $600. And you agreed? I nodded, the pain raw. She had notes, Jake. Like a breakup agenda. He choked on his beer, laughing. Bro, that's gold. But you just signed up to teach her what friends really means. No more boyfriend perks, no free rides. No emotional bailouts. Real friends respect boundaries. His words ignited a spark amid the heartbreak. Emily thought friendship was a downgrade with benefits. She was about to learn otherwise. The lessons started small, but snowballed. At 7 a.m. the next day, her text buzzed. Forgot my tablet charger in the bedroom. Can you bring it to Sarah's? Need it for a client pitch. Pre-breakup, I'd have driven over with her favorite latte, heart still hopeful. Now, with Jake's voice in my head, I replied, I'll drop it at your co-working space when I'm in the area this week. Her responses escalated. It's urgent. Only 10 minutes away. I held firm, busy with friend stuff. The frustration in her emojis was palpable. I screenshot it for Jake. Day 1 of Friendship Boot Camp. He fired back. She's realizing the buffet's closed. Charge her Uber fees next time. Over the next 2 weeks, her entitlement clashed with my new boundaries, each clash chipping away at my lingering affection. She'd text about our weekend plans. What are we doing Saturday? Brunch at that spot. I'd respond, no, we plans. Friends make their own. The hurt in her replies, I thought we were cool, tugged at my heart, but I reminded myself of the months I'd felt used. The streaming saga was absurd. One evening, Netflix password changed. Can't log in. I'd updated everything post-breakup basics. You'll need your own account, I texted. But it's $15. I can't afford extras right now. My reply, that's a budgeting issue. Friends don't share subscriptions unless agreed, she called, voice indignant. This is petty. We're supposed to help each other. My friends pay their own way, I said calmly. She hung up, fuming. The barbecue was the tipping point. I hosted a small gathering for work, colleagues grilling salmon, beers flowing, the Seattle skyline twinkling. Emily showed up unannounced, using her spare key, a cheap bottle of wine in hand like admission. Hey everyone, she chirped, mingling as if she owned the place. My co-workers exchanged awkward glances. They'd heard the breakup gossip. Heart pounding with embarrassment and anger, I pulled her aside. What are you doing here? It's Saturday. We always barbecue when it's nice. We did as a couple. You're not invited now. Her face crumpled, tears welling. But friends visit. I brought wine. Friends get invites. Hand over the key. She hesitated, eyes wide with shock. Jake, manning the grill, overheard and quipped, you can't quit your job and still expect the corner office and benefits. Laughter erupted. She turned crimson, muttering about my cruelty before storming out, leaving the wine behind. The relief was bittersweet, her pain mirrored mine. But boundaries felt liberating. As guests trickled out, Sarah lingered, stacking plates. Can we talk? She asked softly. I'd always seen her as Emily's shadow, quiet, reliable. A project manager at my firm, earning $95,000. With her own Ballard apartment and a passion for urban gardening. Expecting a defense of Emily, I braced. Instead, "I'm sorry I didn't warn you sooner. She's been a nightmare." My surprise must have shown, she continued, voice laced with frustration. "She treats my place like a hostel, leaves messes, borrows my clothes and ruins them, never pays for anything. Last week, she used my expensive serums without asking. And the guys? I come home from late meetings to strangers on my couch." The revelations poured out. Emily's promises of rent contributions unmet, her portraying me as controlling to Sarah while badmouthing Sarah's boring job to me. "She's a master manipulator," Sarah said. "Pits people against each other, plays the victim." We talked for hours on the patio, rain pattering softly. Sarah's dry wit cracked me up stories of botched client pitches, shared laughs over bad coffee. She was everything Emily pretended to be: independent, ambitious, kind. As she grabbed her coat, she paused. "Would you want to grab dinner sometime? No drama, just good conversation." My heart, bruised but hopeful, leaped. "I'd love that. Tomorrow." She smiled. "Deal. I know a great Thai spot, affordable and authentic." The meltdown hit at 6 a.m. My phone exploded with texts. "You're dating Sarah. This is betrayal. You're doing this to hurt me?" Each message escalated, laced with desperation and fury. By 8 a.m. 23 texts and 17 missed calls. Voicemails sobbed, "How could you? She's my best friend. You're ruining my life because you can't handle rejection." My chest ached residual love, mixed with pity, but Jake's group chat pep talk. "She's spiraling because her plan backfired," kept me silent. Dinner with Sarah was a bomb. We split the bill naturally. Talked careers, her managing agile teams, my coding marathons. Families, her close-knit siblings, my aging parents. And dreams, her wanting to start a side hustle in eco-friendly design. She listened intently when I shared my fears of burnout, offering insights from her own experiences. Deserter shared mango sticky rice was on her. "Fair's fair," she said with a wink. It felt real, no games. Emily's independence unraveled fast. Without my subsidy, her $35,000 couldn't fuel $200 brunches or $150 yoga classes. Posts shifted from thriving solo to veiled pleas for sponsorships. She got booted from Sarah's after 2 weeks and paid bills, messy habits, random hookups. She called me cheap when I asked for groceries. Sarah told me over coffee. Mutual friends reported her moving back with parents in Tacoma. Her feed filling with quotes about toxic relationships aimed at us. She dated a flashy entrepreneur from Bumble, posting lavish dinners, but it fizzled when he balked at her debts. 3 months post-breakup, her call came at 11 p.m., voice trembling. "Please don't hang up. I'm in trouble." Despite Jake's imagined advice, block her. Curiosity and a sliver of care made me listen. $5,000 in credit card debt from maintaining her image, car repossessed, gigs drying up. "You're smart with money," she begged. "Help me." The plea stung, echoing our past. "You wanted friends," I reminded. "Friends give advice, not bailouts. Budget, get a side job." "But I miss us," she whispered. "Let's try again." "No, Emily, you missed the security, not me." Hanging up. Peace settled in. Sarah showed me Emily's venomous text. "He'll destroy you too." We chuckled, but I felt a pang for Emily's delusion. Word spread she'd tangled with a married exec for gifts, facing legal fallout when his wife discovered transfers. She settled out of court for $2,500, further broke. Now, she clerks at a boutique, lives with parents, social media dormant. Sarah and I, we're official, planning a hike-in proposal. Life doesn't punish it, reveals consequences.